a small village, there lived a young boy named Jim. He was an orphan, just 11 years old, with no family to take care for him. Life had not been kind to Jim, and he struggled to make ends meet by shining shoes on the dusty streets. His earnings were meager, barely enough to buy a simple meal each day. One bitterly cold winter night, as the wind howled and the stars hid behind clouds, there came a soft knock on the Jim's door. Surprised, Jim quickly opened the door to find an old woman standing before him. She was frail, her clothes thin and tattered, and her face pale from hunger. Her voice trembled as she spoke. "Please, kind boy, could you spare me some food? I have not eaten in days." Jim's heart sank. He looked down at the single loaf of bread he had saved for his dinner. Her stomach growled with hunger. He had not eaten anything all day. But as he gazed at the old woman's weary face, he realized that she needed the bread more than he did. Without hesitation, Jim handed her the loaf, his only source of nourishment for the night. The old woman accepted the bread with trembling hands and took a small bite. But to Jim's astonishment, the moment she finished, a magical glow surrounded her, and her frail figure transformed into a radiant fairy. Her worn clothes shimmered into golden robes, and her eyes sparkled with warmth and gratitude. "Dear Jim," the fairy said in a soft melodic voice, "your kindness and selflessness have touched my heart. You gave away your only food to help a stranger in need. And for that I shall reward you." With a wave of her hand, the small cold room Jim lived in began to change. The bare walls turned into fine stones, and a table laden with the food appeared before him. Riches filled his home, and the fairy smiled at him, her eyes twinkling. "From this day forward, you will never go hungry again, and you will live a life of abundance," she said. "Your good deeds have not gone unnoticed." With that, the fairy disappeared into the night, leaving Jim standing in awe, surrounded by the blessings his kindness had brought him. And from that day onward, Jim lived a life of comfort and joy, never forgetting the lesson that he had changed his fate. The true riches came out from what we keep for ourselves, but from what we give to others. Moral of the story: acts of kindness and generosity bring reward beyond my years. That was the end of the story.